Hey Lady Pirates, for those of you that don't know, my name's Tim Scott. I'm a former lifter from Matanzas High School. I was a 154-pound state champion back in 2010. I'm a lifter out at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. I used to lift up at Northern Michigan University, and my job now is lifting things, weightlifting. So I just wanted to get in touch with you guys, and Coach Lobos thought this might be a good idea, so I just wanted to give you guys some encouragement for the season to come. If you see me keep looking down, it's because I wrote some stuff down because I'm not very good at remembering things when I'm trying to speak. So a few things I just wanted to say was, first of all, you're going to have more hard days than easy days, and that's just the nature of weightlifting. The farther you get into the sport, the days just get harder and harder, but that just makes the good days that much better. So I wanted to say that you guys just keep working hard. I know that you guys had a mock meet a week ago, and Coach Lippo was telling me about that a little bit. He's telling me how good you girls are doing and how much potential all of you have. Just keep working hard. Weightlifting is going to make you better in all the other sports that you play, in golf, in tennis, in basketball, in flag football, in softball, in soccer, in lacrosse. It's going to make you better in all of those sports that you do, and it's going to make you better all around, and I'll explain that as I get into this a little bit. It's not going to take too long. So anyway, I'm going to throw some cliche sayings out there at you, and the reason they're cliches is because they've been said so often, and they've been said so often because they're true. So the first thing I want to tell you guys, champions are made in practice, and they're crowned in competition. I think I added the last part. I don't think that was original, but I haven't ever heard of a saying that's any truer than that. I know so many people that don't work very hard in practice, and they're very talented, but I can beat them every time because I work my butt off in practice, and I work as hard as I can, and I'm consistent in training, and I'm consistent with what I eat, and I'm consistent with sleeping for the most part. And so I just wanted to let you guys know, work hard in everything that you do. Weightlifting, eating, sleeping. Another thing that I wanted to say is, there was a runner by the name of Steve Prefontaine. He was out of Oregon, and he's one of the, for long-distance runners, I know that's completely contrary to weightlifting, but for long-distance runners, one of the most famous people they talk about is a guy by the name of Steve Prefontaine. He was an amazing runner. He was killed in a car accident when he was younger, so he's not alive right now, but one of the things that he said is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. And I truly believe that life is a gift. And so the way I look at it is to give anything less than your best in any aspect of your life is to sacrifice the gift that you've been given, and that gift is life. Let's just face it, there's people all over the planet that don't have the privilege of going to school, that don't have the privilege of learning the things that you learn, that don't have the privilege of participating in the sports that you do, that don't have the privilege of earning money at a job. And so all of those things that I just mentioned are gifts. And they're things that you've been given. You've been given the opportunity to do those things. So why not give your best? Because if you're not giving best, then you're sacrificing that gift that you've been so generously given. So this isn't just about weightlifting. This is about life. I've learned a few life lessons recently about not working your best in everything. I had to come home for 8 months and work 2 jobs while going to school and trying to train to get back out here to the Olympic Training Center. And because I put a extremely hard effort into all of it, I was able to I was blessed and have a chance to gain my pride back, so to speak, and lift out here and represent Team USA here out at the training center. That brings me to discipline. Discipline is a very, very key concept in weightlifting. There's some sports that, and I'm not going to give specific examples, but there's some sports that you don't have to be as disciplined as others. But any sport at a high level, or any sport where you want to have success, you need to have at least some level of discipline. Well, weightlifting is one of those sports where you have to have a lot of discipline. You have to get the right amount of sleep, or your body's not going to recover, and you're not going to be able to be explosive the next day. And you have to eat the right types of foods to help your body recover once you tear down muscle. And that means not going out and eating French fries every night. And when you guys were in the lunch line at the calf at Matanzas, you guys, instead of going over and getting fries and the fried chicken sandwiches, going for something healthier, getting some of the vegetables off of the food line and that kind of thing. I know that healthy choices aren't necessarily easy to find nowadays, but something healthier would be a wise decision. I heard I heard a thing that, and this kind of goes along with the discipline for life and just wise decisions and that kind of thing. I saw a quote on Facebook which was really funny the other day, and it said, girls need to start looking for guys with goals, ambitions, and education, because 10 years from now, swag isn't going to pay the bills. And that, I just kind of chuckled at that, because high school is about learning. This kind of pertains to high school, and high school is about learning, and weightlifting is about learning. Weightlifting isn't about getting just being brute strength. It's about learning technique. It's about learning how to do things correctly. It's about learning something that's contrary to a movement that your body would normally do, the clean and jerk. It's not the normal way you'd pick something up and put it over your head, but it works really well, and you learn very well from it. And so putting in that effort, using that discipline, to learn those things. It's the same thing that applies to life. You need to invest time into the things that matter. And weightlifting, it could help you out with other sports, and it's one of those things that's just a ton of fun. It's a lot of fun to lift up heavy things. I don't know why. It sounds stupid, but I love doing it. And you guys obviously like doing it because you're participating on the team. So having discipline and working hard at the things that are going to benefit you is something that would be a good idea. Just keep training hard. There's an old quote. I don't know where I got this quote from. I don't know who said it, but it popped into my head before, and I've got example after example after example of this, of me beating people that are more talented than I am. But the quote goes something like this. It says, "Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard." And that's totally true. You don't have to be the most talented weightlifter in the world. I've seen lifters that you look at them and they're completely unathletic, but they're great weightlifters because they work hard and they work as hard as they can. I've seen football players that aren't that good. I've seen baseball players that aren't that good, but they work as hard as they can. And that hard work eventually pays off. It might not be immediate. It might not be instant gratification like us Americans like. Like, oh well, I paid for this. I want it now. Oh, well, I did this. I want to get better now. I worked hard. Well, the hard work takes a long time. Like I said, you're going to have more hard practice days than you're going to have easy days, but that's just going to make the weightlifting meets so much easier. I remember when I was in high school, the weightlifting meets were just they were a piece of cake. My senior year, I remember people coming up to me in my weight class and like, "Oh, hey man, how's it going? What are you going to lift today?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." "Well, what do you mean?" "I don't know. My coach hasn't told me what I'm going to lift yet." Like, "Well, what do you think he's going to do?" And I would say it in all honesty, and I'd say, "Well, sorry, man, I don't mean to be a jerk, but my coach is going to put on the bar what I need to win." And that's just how it is, because you work so hard in practice. I remember we'd work over Thanksgiving break. We'd work over, when we were conditioning, we'd work over spring break. Other teams didn't want to come to a meet over spring break because they said they didn't compete over, or they didn't train over spring break. And we were training 5 times a week over spring break. And that hard work paid off, and things were just such a cinch. So I just wanted to give you girls some encouragement. Just keep working hard. When it seems hard in practice, keep pushing harder. Don't cut reps. Don't be like, "Oh, well, it hurts, it burns, it's okay. Oh man, I don't know if I can finish that rep." You can. And you just gotta have a strong mind. There's a weightlifting brand called Iron Mind. It's kind of it's kind of cool because as weightlifters, you need to have an iron mind. You're moving iron, but you need to have an iron mind, because if you don't, if you're not extremely, I don't know what the word is, persistent with your, extremely tough, extremely tenacious with your mindset, then you're just not going to succeed. So you girls, every time you go into the weight room, come into the weight room with the mentality of, I'm ready to lift. I'm ready to hit something that I haven't hit before. I'm ready to put up weight that I haven't put up before, and I'm ready to work as hard as I can. And then once you leave the weight room, even though you're tired, go home and be like, okay, I'm ready to work as hard as I can on this homework because I need to learn these things. Because I have the privilege of being able to learn. I have the privilege of being able to go to school. And then when your parents ask you to do something after you finished your homework, work as hard as you can on that for your parents, because you have the privilege of living in your parents' houses. I talked to somebody the other day who got kicked out at the age of 16 out of their house, and they had nowhere to go. So when somebody asks you to do something, work as hard as you can. As soon as you get up in the morning, make the decision that the day is going to be a good day. I don't know if he still says it, but when I went to high school, Dr. Pryor every morning would say, make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. And I know I hated it when he said that every morning. It was so annoying, and we would mock him. But that is such a true statement. If you wake up in the morning and say, you know what, no matter what happens, this is going to be a good day. And you know what, no matter what happens, I'm going to work my hardest today. And you know what, no matter what happens, I'm going to succeed today. You can do it. It's such a cliche to say it, but whatever you set your mind to, you can do. Yeah, you're not going to pick up a car right away, but if you work your hardest, you can eventually pick up a car. Maybe you have to use a pulley or a lever or something like that, but you can do it. So, ladies, just keep training hard and keep listening to Coach Lippo. He knows what he's doing. He's got plenty of experience. Look on the board. Look on the wall. There's state champions on the wall, and those people are on the wall not because of their talent, but because of the hard work they put in. And the hard work that they put in was they were taught how to put in that hard work by Coach Lippo, and they were guided through that hard work by Coach Lippo, and they were motivated through that hard work by Coach Lippo. So have a good day. And you guys, good luck this season.